We have over 3 million followers for our account Foundr on Instagram, and I'm going to show you how to get 10,000 followers on Instagram every single week. Hey guys, Nathan here from Foundr. Now, we have over 3 million followers for the Foundr Instagram account, and we get over 10,000 followers every single week. And we've been doing this for quite some time now. So our account is growing anywhere between 30, 40, 50,000 new followers a month. So I want to talk you through the next level strategies that we have in place at Foundr to actually be able to do that on a consistent basis. Now, there's a few caveats, right? Like, we have a team. In the early days when I was just starting Foundr, just starting on Instagram, it was just me. But we've really been able to build upon our strategies. And I'm going to talk through all the advanced tactics. So wherever you are in your journey right now on Instagram, this is super relevant for you. And I think even if you're just getting started, you're going to get some gold from this video. All right, so let's jump in. All right, so the first thing we're going to go through is how do we create content at scale? So that is one of the first things when it comes to growing any Instagram account, especially a fast growing one. So there's a few things I want to talk about, but first, what we've found from our experience, the more content you post, the faster you grow. So for us at Foundr, we're like, how can we build a machine that is posting on our feed like at least 5 to 7, even sometimes 9 times per day. And that's just on our feed. And then on our Instagram stories, we want to be posting at least 10 to 15 times per day. And this has to be quality content at scale. Now, there's this concept that we often think about at Foundr called creating unicorn content. Now, what that means is effectively we're looking for a piece of content that pops. Like, for us, if a piece of content that we produce on our feed, we post it, gets over 200,000 views, then that's a unicorn piece of content. If one of our images or like a carousel or anything we post and that gets 20, 30,000 likes, that's a unicorn piece of content. So when it comes to us at Foundr, we're constantly thinking about what is working. What are other people producing that is working in our industry, in our niche? So if I even break this down a little bit further, the kind of content that we're really looking to post now, we've found a lot of success with carousels. So we're posting at least 2 carousels per day. We'll actually bring those up on the screen and they get tens of thousands of saves sometimes. And we'll talk about that why that's important later. But carousels is everything for us. We also like to post IGTV videos, and we're trying to post at least 2 to 3 of these per day. Now, the reason we find those are really powerful is because we talk about Instagram's newest features. Instagram TV plus Reels is really like where they're posting a lot of attention now for the algorithm. So what we post when it comes to IGTV, we call them meme videos. And what those videos are essentially like a snippet or a cut, making a point or teaching something from one of our interviews or one of our pieces of content at Foundr. And what really does the talking there with the meme videos is the headlines. So we're always thinking, okay, how can we have better headlines? How can we have a better hook? How can we capture people's attention? So we're constantly trying different headlines, trying different meme videos, because what we've actually found, which is really interesting, is if we get a popping piece of content where the headline works, we know that if we reproduce that perhaps as a carousel, then that will actually pop as well. So we know it's a hot topic. We know it's a nerve around something that people want to learn from. And that all comes back to how do we keep creating unicorn content? So a really strong focus on creating the best possible content for our market, for our community, for our audience, but then also how do we continue to scale that up? So we're now posting at least 1 reel per day. I'd like us to get to 2. Also, we've found Twitter quotes or just normal quotes. So we always try and post at least 1 Twitter quote per day. And then we usually post 2 to 3 what we just call like, inspirational or like, learning type of quotes. And those tend to drive a lot of views as well. So we're trying to move away from quotes, if I'm being honest, and we're trying to produce more sophisticated content at Foundr, because we're finding that the more sophisticated the content is, the more valuable it is versus just a quote, the more engagement we get. And the more engagement we get from that piece of content, the more that the algorithm will share it with our community and people that don't follow us, and then the more we grow and the faster we grow. That's breaking down our content strategy and how you create consistent content at scale. Now, let's talk about the next thing that's even more powerful, and that is consistency and momentum. So if you want to grow even like, forget about 10,000 followers a week like we do, like even 1,000 followers a week, you're not going to get there unless you're extremely consistent. So for us at Foundr, we have a rule that like we are posting every single day. We do not miss a day. And I will tell you, we've seen times where we've had to stop posting for 2 days and we have lost followers. And it's taken months to recover from like, the momentum that we've built. So it's really also about momentum. So you can't just do all these things tomorrow and then you're gonna have 10,000 followers or 20,000, 30,000 followers a week. It really comes down to building that momentum, and the way that you build that momentum, it compounds. So we've seen growing any social channel, in particular Instagram especially, you start with just posting at least once a day. Now for us, we're throwing the whole kitchen sink at this. Like if you really want to aggressively grow super fast, which is what we're trying to do and build a large audience, like we're trying to build one of the largest entrepreneurial brands online, like we need to post as much as we can and keep staying consistent and keep building that momentum. And what we've found is over time that compounds. And you can lose it. Like I said, about a year ago, we had to miss a couple of days of posting for whatever reason. And it took a while. Like we lost followers and it took a while. At the start, we were only getting, 100 new followers a day. Then we had to rebuild it from scratch, but we got back and we're building upon this. We will eventually get to consistently 20, 30,000 followers a week. But what it comes down to is how do you create better content and scale that up, and some of the other things that I'm going to talk about as well. Hey guys, we'll just get back to it in 1 second. All of this content is free, so if you're enjoying this video, let us know by smashing the like button, and also make sure you stick around to the end for an exclusive invite. So the next piece when it comes to actually like scaling an Instagram account, high level thinking, high level strategy, what we work on is collaborations in many different formats. So I'm going to give you a few different examples, and I can tell you that to build momentum and to build our account back, like we go in and out of this because it takes a lot of time, but it is so powerful, right? So there's a couple of different ways you can do collaborations. One, you can get other people to share. So if you get other people to share your content or repost and tag you or comment and give you an @ so it's an @ or a tag, like golden. And that is how like the fastest Instagram accounts grow. That has to be part of your formula to grow. We've seen so much power with collaborations. It's a big part of the way that we've got to over 3 million followers in the last few years. Collaborations is key. So you can do collaborations in a few different ways. You can either pay people, you can cross promo, so you promote them, they'll promote you, or if you have an e-commerce business, you can send them product. So you can do what's called a product for post. So that's just one way of getting other people to share your content, talk about you or your brand. And those are a few different ways you can collaborate and get people to tag you or shout you out and give you an @ right? Or mention you, right? The next thing you can think about, which we do as well, which it's hard to measure, but it definitely does help, is working with other big accounts. So how do you work with other big accounts? You can get other big accounts to like You can get them to like and also comment. So we're part of like a special private group with other big accounts, and we all like, comment, and engage with each other's posts. So we've found that to be like, it's something that adds fuel to the fire. But really, when it comes to collaborations, those are the two things that you should be thinking about. How can you get people to share your content, and how can you get other accounts to engage with your content? All right, so that's collaborations. As I said, it's a lot of work, and we dive in and out. Where we missed a few days of posting, one of the ways we rebuilt was we did a lot of collaborations to get the Instagram algorithm to start showing our content again. So super powerful, and that you can really scale it up. Like there's a world where if we had someone fully dedicated on collaborations, we could probably double our daily following. So it's super powerful. The next thing that we highly recommend and we're super focused on to grow is using Instagram's newest features. Now, that actually comes back to the unicorn strategy here, because we're always looking for what is working, right? So for us right now, we've got a big focus on Reels. We know that Reels is super, super hot. The more Reels-based content we can create, we know that that's gonna help us, because Instagram is placing a big emphasis on short-form content. They're trying to compete with YouTube Shorts. They're trying to compete with TikTok. Even in the UI right now and how you move around within Instagram, you can see at the bottom, in the bottom panel, there's a section just for Reels. So what that means is, the more Reels you post, the higher chance you have of the algorithm picking it up, for it being shown, and they're just placing way more emphasis to that particular real estate within Instagram. All right, so whenever you're watching this video, maybe Reels isn't as hot as it is at the recording of this video, but we cannot stress enough, newest features, newest features, newest features. Whatever new feature Instagram comes out with, as long as you can create awesome content around that feature, you will be golden and you will get serious growth. All right, now the last thing we want to talk about, and this one might surprise you, is actually using direct messages to grow. So for whatever reason, and I make no claim to this one, this is something that our social media manager, Mark, worked out, is when we actually respond to direct messages and send more messages to people engaging with us, for some reason, our growth rapidly boosted. It's hard to explain why, but we've now found that the faster and the more time and attention we place on responding to DMs, and you can see we get hundreds every single day. So the more that we can respond to them and the more we can stay on top of them, for whatever reason, it's telling Instagram that they need to showcase our content more. I don't know, don't understand it, but it's been really, really powerful. And we've seen the data where our daily following has just rapidly grown since we're responding to more DMs. So the more that we can use DMs, the more that we can use DMs, the faster we can grow, we've found. And also, just another thing to think about, we've actually found with DMs, it's a really powerful way to do prospecting and also having conversations with potential prospects. So when I say prospecting, that's somebody that might be interested in your product or service. And it's literally you know how someone might be emailing you, or you might get some biz dev emails around a potential opportunity or something you might be interested in. Direct message is the same thing. So if somebody shows an interest in your product or in your service, don't be afraid to DM them. Don't be afraid to have a sales conversation over DM. We're seeing a massive trend now, and you will see this, depends when you're watching this video, you will see a big trend of DMs and automation through DMs happening. And there's a big world happening there right now. So something to think about when it comes to increasing your sales and doing one-to-one conversations to increase prospecting, building your email list, and increasing your sales and conversions. All right, so to round all this out, guys, this is top level what we're thinking about at Foundr across the team on social, especially Instagram, how we get tens of thousands of new followers every single week. So first, we've got content at scale, consistency and momentum, collaborations and working with other accounts. and then using Instagram's newest features, and then lastly, using DMs. So now I want to talk to you about like what you need to optimize for, what do you need to look at to measure. So the two key metrics that we're measuring at Foundr that we care about so much is saves and shares. So those are the two things that you need to be focused on when it comes to growing your Instagram account. The more you can optimize and focus on aligning the content, everything you're doing towards saves and shares, the faster your account will grow. So an example of how you can optimize for this is like in your CTA in the caption. Like, can you tell people, save this post for later? Can you tell people to share this post? Can you create content at the end of your carousel to encourage people with an arrow to actually save it and share it with others? There's all sorts of things you can do, but that's what you need to be thinking about when it comes to growth. How can you increase saves and how can you increase shares? So that's everything, guys. That's what we're thinking about at Foundr, top level, like all of the strategies that we're working on right now. But I just will say that this is for the now. Things do change. Social media moves super fast. You have to stay on the cutting edge. Make sure you check out our other videos because we're here to help you start or grow your business. And give us a thumbs up. What did you think of this video? We're here to help you however we can. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you learned something, I can guarantee you're going to learn a ton more on our free Instagram masterclass where I go in depth on how we went from 0 to over 1 million followers in 2 years, or how we went from 0 to 500,000 followers in 1 year. So we break it all down for you. Make sure you sign up to this free Foundr masterclass. All right, I'll see you in another video. Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this Foundr.